What if the most feared political book ever written wasn't evil? What if it was simply honest? In Yi Wu Yi Sen, Niccolo Machiavelli wrote a small book called The Prince. It wasn't about kindness or morality. It was about one thing: power. And for over 500 years, we've debated the same question. Was Machiavelli teaching leaders to be cruel, or was he just teaching them how the world really works? Today, we explore the real leaders who didn't just read Machiavelli, they lived by his rules. Let's start with the man Machiavelli admired most, Cesare Borgia, a ruthless Renaissance prince, a master of deception, and a man who understood one brutal truth: fear is more reliable than love. When Borgia conquered the chaotic province of Romagna, crime was rampant. So, what did he do? He appointed a notoriously cruel governor to crush all opposition with extreme brutality. The people were terrified. Then, in a move of pure genius, Borgia had that same governor publicly executed and displayed in the town square. The message was clear: the cruelty was necessary, but the blame belonged to someone else. Borgia used cruelty efficiently, then removed it, controlling fear instead of letting it control him. Fast forward to the 1800s, and Napoleon Bonaparte. He understood that it's not necessary for a leader to have good qualities, but it is absolutely necessary to appear to have them. Napoleon meticulously controlled his image, painting himself as a hero of the people, a military genius, a symbol of destiny. He used propaganda, controlled newspapers, and staged grand ceremonies. He knew that perception is power. Even after defeats, he framed them as strategic. He ruled through vision and symbolism. But he made one mistake Machiavelli warned against. He overreached. Machiavelli said luck is like a river. You can build dams, but you can't stop a flood. Napoleon invaded Russia, and the winter destroyed him, proving that even the greatest strategist cannot defeat nature. Next, let's move to Germany and Otto von Bismarck, the political genius who unified the country with blood and iron. Instead of giving speeches about unity, he used calculated wars, provoking Denmark, then Austria, then France. Each conflict was strategically planned to strengthen Prussia while making Germany appear defensive. That is pure Machiavelli. He said a wise ruler must build strong foundations and remove threats before they grow. Bismarck knew when to fight and when to negotiate. Once Germany was unified, he switched strategies and became a peacemaker. Because, as Machiavelli warned, once you have power, your priority is stability. And what about Catherine the Great of Russia? She wasn't Russian by birth and had no claim to the throne, but she became one of history's most powerful women. How? She overthrew her own husband in a cold, calculated coup. But after taking power, she did something brilliant. She promoted education, supported the arts, and corresponded with famous philosophers. She created an image of enlightenment and progress. Machiavelli wrote that a ruler must appear merciful and faithful, but be ready to act against those qualities when necessary. Catherine did this perfectly, aggressively expanding Russia's territory while appearing cultured and progressive. She balanced fear and admiration and ruled for 34 years. So, here's the uncomfortable question: do Machiavelli's rules still apply today? Look at modern politics. Leaders who control media narratives, who project strength during a crisis, who quietly remove rivals. They understand that fear often mobilizes people faster than love. Machiavelli never said a leader must be evil. He said a leader must understand reality. People are loyal when it benefits them. Fear is predictable. And in politics, stability often matters more than morality. That's why The Prince is still read today. Not because it teaches cruelty, but because it teaches survival. These leaders all followed a similar playbook. It's safer to be feared than loved. Appear virtuous, even when you must be ruthless. Crushed threats completely. And always, always control the narrative, because perception shapes reality. So was Machiavelli evil, or was he just brutally honest about human nature? He observed something most of us don't want to admit. Power doesn't reward innocence. It rewards intelligence, strategy, and those who understand that the world isn't ruled by ideals, but by decisions. The next time you hear someone call a leader Machiavellian, ask yourself, is it an insult? Or is it simply recognition that they understand how power truly works? Because in the shadows of every throne, Machiavelli is still watching. Thanks for joining us. If you found this interesting, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history.